Hello friends, in today's video I am doing a collaboration hosted by Erin from The Collection Vintage and Carol from My Blessed Nest. In this video we are to share with you a haul of vintage items that you have recently purchased. And Olivia and I, my daughter Olivia, for those of you who are not familiar with my channel, I have a daughter, her name is Olivia, and we are like shopping buddies. We went thrifting last week and we found some things that were really cool. You may have seen part of that haul a while ago. Because actually when you see this video we will have gone shopping a couple of weeks ago because I'm filming this video ahead of time. But anyway, I did not share with you those things that were intended for this video, so now I'm going to share them now. We went to Goodwill and then we went to two different antique stores. I'll show you what I picked up from Goodwill first. It's a bag of goodies and it was $1.99 for these 4 things. And what I really wanted out of here were these 2 little orbs. I think that they can be used at other times besides Christmas, but I have seen these types of things used at Christmas time quite often, and I really liked them. They attracted my attention. And the other 2 items I'm just going to get rid of. The one, this thing is broken, so I'm just going to pitch it. I might pull the little bird off of there, I don't know. But I'm going to throw that away because it's broken. And then the other thing is just a plastic ball that doesn't really match my decor, so I'll probably give that back to Goodwill. So that's what we got from Goodwill. And then we went over to an antique store called Twice Treasured. That name is hard to say. And I found a couple of things there. Let me see. I found these 2 kissing angels, the little boy angel, little girl angel, kissing angels. They were $6 for the pair, and these are from, get my eyes to work here, they're from Japan. So I know that pretty much things that are made from Japan are older because we get most things from China now, but I just love this type of thing. I love the little faces on them, and they're made out of some sort of paper mache or some kind of clay or something. I don't really know a whole lot about them other than they're super cute and they will look perfect where I'm going to put them, which I will show you at the end of this video. And then the other thing that I got from Twice Treasured, which I was so excited to get, I paid a little bit much for them. Maybe I did, maybe it was a good deal, I don't know. I paid $8, but I've been looking and looking and looking for these, and it's not a complete set, but almost. Box of shiny bright ornaments, and came in the original box. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. There's 9 of them. And at the end of this video, stay tuned, I will show you what I'm going to do with these. And then the last place we went was another antique store called P&J Antiques, and I just picked up 1 item there. I paid $18 as well, plus tax for these. And they're not necessarily Christmas, but I'm going to use them at Christmas. I'll use them probably all year long, but I love milk glass, and they're actually candle holders. But what I thought I would use them for is to put my little, I'll have to do something to, add to it, but I thought that would look cute sitting in there in this milk glass holder. So, for those of you who are coming over for this collaboration and you don't know me, hello, my name is Cheryl, as my name of my channel implies, and I love vintage things. I just love them. I love the way they look. They're a lot of it reminds me of my childhood, and I just love vintage things. In my basement, I have a vintage room. That's what I call it. A friend of mine calls it my family museum. I have lots of memorabilia from my grandparents and from even my great-grandparents down there, as well as the vintage things that I have collected over time. My prized possession, you might want to say, for Christmas time is something that a really good friend of mine gave to me. She actually gave it to me last year, but I wasn't able to use it last year. But this year, I already have it set up, and it's a 1960s, I think, late 50s, early 60s aluminum Christmas tree with the color wheel. And that's what the shiny bright ornaments are for. Now, if you are a regular to my channel, you will have already seen my vintage room and my aluminum Christmas tree. But I am going to take you down for this video and share that with everyone who watches this video today. No, I didn't just purchase this aluminum Christmas tree. It was given to me, but this is the first year that I've been able to use it, and so I'm really excited to share it with you. And I will also share with you some of the other vintage Christmas things that I have down in my vintage room right now. So I'm going to go down, I'm going to put these shiny brights on my tree and get everything ready, and you'll see it in just a snap, but I'll be back when I'm ready to show you my vintage room. All right, this is my vintage room. I'm going to try to go through here kind of quickly so this video is not too long. This is not a true vintage candy machine, but it looks vintage, and I bought that several years ago. And I don't put candy in it, I've just got it filled with filler. And then over here I've got some vintage things, some things that aren't vintage that just look vintage. But these little cast iron figures, I got these garage sailing or at an antique store, I can't remember. And then these candles are vintage that I've collected throughout the years. And then of course some of this stuff is not vintage. This is my gallery wall, composing of vintage things and things that just look vintage. And then over here, I have this angel, which I would consider vintage because she was my in-laws. I don't know how long they had it, but then when my mother-in-law and then my father-in-law passed away and we were closing out their house, they were just going to throw this thing away because it was really filthy dirty, and it still worked. And so I thought, no, I'm going to bring it home. And I cleaned it up as best I could, and you can see where the gold bow faded onto the satin dress, but I really like that. And so then around her I've got all my vintage angels that I've collected throughout the years. Got these three here, and then I've just put my kissing pair there. And then these are my little UNESCO figurines. I'm not sure how old they are, but I just love them, and I collected them through garage sales, mostly garage sales. And then I got these little furry deer. These are old. There's the tag on it. The person I bought those from said she got them when she was a child, and she was in her 60s, I think. So I got those little guys. And then there's the color wheel to my aluminum Christmas tree. I'm going to save the tree to last. Then on the wall here is my grandfather's cattle hauling sign. It was on the back of his truck. And so it's a family story, but I was able to get this sign and clean it up, and my husband made the frame for it, and we hung it on this wall down here. This here is an auction flyer for my great-grandfather when he sold his farm in the 1930s. Over here on this bookcase I have my Pillsbury Doughboy lights. These are not the original lights, obviously, but these guys pop on. I got those at an antique store several years ago. Then over here, this is my family's ceramic tree. I remember this from when I was a child, and my mother gave it to me before she passed away. And then these trays, these were my grandmother's, my dad's mom. They're just plastic trays, but I kept them. And then this is where I put those little fruit balls, I don't know what you call them, in those milk glass. And then I just put some fake snow in there to fill it in so that they fit in there better. But I got one on each side. And of course I've got some non-vintage things as well. Some things that a friend sent me from Australia, tucked back in there. But then that's where I've got that. And then the aluminum Christmas tree. I'll shut the light off in a minute so you can see how the color wheel makes it glow. But there it is in all of its glory. I shared this tree in another video previously, so my subscribers, they will have seen it already. But it's all completely decorated, and I did add in those shiny bright ornaments. And the other ornaments that I'm decorating this tree with are my blown glass ornaments. One thing about these aluminum trees are the branches do not hold a lot of weight. So I basically have one ornament per branch. A couple of the branches I have more than one, but I had to do lightweight ornaments on it. Another one of the shiny brights. So happy to find those. Just so happy to find those. That was kind of like what I wanted to do for this tree, was just all shiny brights, but they're not that easy to find. And so I just decided to go with the blown glass ornaments instead. And when I found those shiny brights at the antique store, I'm like, oh, I can't pass these up. Even though I can't believe I paid $18 for them when that box of ornaments was probably 50 cents back in the day. But anyway, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and shut the light off so you can see the tree in all of its glory with the lights off. Oh, and if you're wondering, this was my mother's swimming suit, and I want to find a mannequin to put it on, but I can't find them, and they're expensive. So one of these days maybe I'll find a mannequin to put her swimming suit on. My mother passed away 5 years ago, for those who aren't familiar with my channel, and so this is definitely a vintage suit because my mother was in her 80s when she passed away. So yeah. All right, let me shut the light off. So there you go. It changes from blue to yellow to green to red and then back to blue. Now this color wheel did make a lot of noise when we first got it, but my husband was able to grease it up a little bit, so it's much quieter than it was. It's not silent, but it is much quieter than it was. But like I said, this was from the early 60s, late 50s, early 60s, and I just absolutely love it, and it fits perfect in my vintage room. All right, friends, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much to Aaron and Carol for hosting this collaboration. Their channels and the playlist will be linked in the description box below. Don't forget to go over and check that playlist out. If you love vintage things, you will love that playlist. I know I'm really looking forward to watching it myself. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. And we will talk to you all later. Bye-bye, friends.